Well, good morning. It's Saturday, the 8th of April, and here we are. Stuck.
Trapped.
Not going anywhere. We have actually done the downward hike on the Huddersfield Narrows. We did that, but unfortunately we were injured. I had a very, very poorly thumb. I also banged my knee, I could hardly walk, and my elbow was goosed. So I was in fit state, and poor Nikki had a broken toe. And she's also banged her knee as well.
Don't worry, it's not your fault.
We're actually at Locomotive Bridge, or Quay Bridge. We're not too sure. It does say Locomotive Bridge, but a gentleman on a hire boat, he's not in a very happy mood. He's in a boat in front of us and he's not very happy, so we're sort of keeping out the way. But he's calling it Quay Bridge. I don't know, and I don't care what it's called, but he's phoned CRT and he's got everything in hand, so we're going to put the kettle and the toaster on. We had an interesting trip down. We came through Marsden. Marsden, what a place. Beautiful as we came out of Standage Tunnel. Spent 2 nights there, I think.
We did in the end.
Oh, and then we had a trip.
We did. Yeah, we did.
We wanted time off. So we came down. Very, very mixed sort of, very, very hard work. The Huddersfield Narrows is marvellous. We both enjoyed it.
Oh, it was really pretty. Yeah, it was lovely.
Beautiful. Not for the faint-hearted. Trust me, it isn't for the faint-hearted. It is hard work. Getting stuck in locks, trouble with the paddles, all sorts of problems. That's why we haven't been filming, really. We did have bad weather as well, but dropping into Slough. It's spelled differently, but it's called Slough, and we were going to moor up after doing 20 locks, and a boater came to us. He had a couple of police incident reports. Youths banging all the boats, running over people's boats, and indeed yesterday morning Nikki was reading that the station there, the services, has been vandalised, so that's no good. So we weren't going to stay there, so we did 26 locks that day. Found a nice place to moor and then dropped down here in Huddersfield. But dropping into Huddersfield, lots of narrows. Nikki was going through tunnels.
Really low tunnels, really low.
I mean, we got a little aerial at the front and it bent that over. Really, really low. We went past the universities. I'm trying to think, what else?
It was like the Krypton factor. We were around really sharp bends and under really low tunnels. And
it was unbelievable. A heck of a trip. Heck of a trip. But we're back to filming again now and sharing it. Once we get through this bridge, I'll share it a bit more.
If we get through the bridge.
Well, good morning, mate. You all right?
Hello, doggy. Oh,
The handsome boy.
isn't he?
So, yeah, so that's how I start to the
He's
day.
lovely.
He's a lovely dog. That's how I start to the day. Huddersfield Narrows, do them.
Oh, I loved it. Loved it. Every minute.
I'd recommend you do them, but if you are, you need to be relatively fit.
Unlike us.
Well, I was fit. I was fit before I started. I'm not feeling too fit now. My elbow's in agony, my right knee and my thumb are knackered.
You've been in the walls.
I've been in the walls and I fell over once.
Yeah.
These boots are rubbish.
I didn't get to film it though, but you were flat on your back.
Flat on me back. These boots are terrible. I bought them in Llangollen. They cost a small fortune and I only had a 24 pound pair of Dunlop boots that I threw away. They were marvellous. These expensive ones, not expensive. What were they?
I don't remember.
60 or 80 pounds, but they're lousy. So anyway, hopefully we'll get going. See you in a minute. It's 3 o'clock and we're just getting on our way. They're manually raising the bridge at the moment, so fingers crossed. Thanks very much, guys. A beautiful old building. Yeah, it is. It's cracked and it's rounded somehow, isn't it? Isn't that beautiful? Shame to see it all empty though. Yeah, so coming down, we did, as we said earlier, 26 locks the first day, and then did the remainder of the 42 the following day, and we were very tired. We wanted a little bit of time off, so I do apologise, but that's what it is sometimes. And if I'd have carried on filming everything, trust me, it would have been years until my vlogs would have caught up, so it's a good way to actually catch up. But come with us now anyway. Apparently we've got 9 locks to do today. We're very late leaving, so it depends whether we're going to end up doing them. But yeah, it was a surreal sort of cruise through the Narrows. Very surreal, but we're glad to move on from that mooring that we were in last night. Very nice, we didn't have any trouble at all, but floodlights were shining into the boat. Lots of people talking till late. We didn't see any trouble, everybody was lovely, but it's not our thing. Yeah, we've had a lovely trip, especially Marsden. Marsden and Diggle, I think, were our favourite places. We stopped in Marsden, went to the town a few times, and the kids loved playing by the river there and a waterfall and feeding the ducks. It was a lovely place, but I think we said earlier, I'm trying to get Nikki in, but the sun's in the wrong place. As I said earlier, I think Diggle will always stand in my mind, and I think Nikki feels the same.
Oh, it was lovely, wasn't it? They had their little scarecrow.
Oh yeah,
trail
scarecrow.
on.
Loads of little scarecrows
You
everywhere.
had to go
But
around the village and find them, and it was just a lovely community, wasn't it?
it was lovely. But what struck me was we went for a walk down this country lane in between these huge hills. It was like Yorkshire hills. It was lovely. And the thing that surprised us, we were sitting down having a cold drink, and we were there on a narrowboat. We were on top of this huge, on top of the Pennines, basically, in a narrowboat.
Chuck's got us there.
Yeah, good old Chugs. But now we're in a totally different environment, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all different now. I'm having to hold my camera in some strange places to get the sun in the right direction. But when we got down to the Broad here, through Lock 1E on the Huddersfield Narrows, we're now on the Huddersfield Broad canal. That means we have dropped 320 feet now from the summit section there, up at Marsden, now on the Broad canal. Heading for the river. Is it the Calder and Hebble first, I think? Nikki knows.
Yeah, I think so. Calder and Hebbles, we need that stick on the locks, don't we?
Nikki knows.
We just followed that boat in front.
Yeah, just follow. He's going to Leeds, we'll follow him.
Yeah, all right.
These double locks now on the Broad are really small. They're a lot shorter. Chugs is 57. She does fit, but you can see how close we are to the sill marker. So I've got to be very, very careful when we're getting lowered down here. You can see the lady's gone out on the other gate. That gentleman's just pushed the bow of Chugs over, and Nikki's got the centre line. Now we're clear. As you can see, that was a really tight fit, and I had to move over, but we could do it, so that's all right. But the gentleman that was helping back there is on a 58-foot boat, a foot bigger than Chugs, and he's coming through on his own. So hopefully he can do it. He'll just have to come through sort of diagonally in the lock, and he should be all right. But Nikki's walking on ahead to the next one. It's a beautiful afternoon. Well, you can see Chugs over there and Nicky going to get the other windlass. Believe it or not, even at Chugs, a 57-foot go-anywhere boat, the water, because the leaky gates, was gushing over our stern. Very, very uncomfortable. So we're locking down on our own now. We've let the other couple go and we're doing this on our own, and hopefully that'll make it a lot safer and a lot easier too. Easier, you see little Noah there, it is easier on our own, to be honest with you, and even now we are tight up to that sill mark, so I don't know how that chap behind's going to get on. 58. I mean, we will make a lot more room for ourselves if we lift our button fenders, which of course is an option. I think we'll be alright though, I think so. It was really tight getting out of that last lock, so much so I was trying to push with my right foot against the wall to sort of push the stern around, and unfortunately my leg went in the water, so now I've got a wet leg. But we have lifted the front button up to try and give ourselves that extra 10 inches, 12 inches or so. These are awful. Pardon? Well done, little man! Nicky's using the barge pole to actually push the bow of Chugs over so as I can get through, basically. Now, this is a 57-foot boat without the front button fender. I've only got the rear one, and we are struggling. There are very, very leaky gates to the stern here, so when I'm sort of stood at the back, all I can see is water gushing towards the back of the boat. Yeah, I don't know. They recommend you can do it in a 57. Well, we're doing it, but it's blimmin' hard work, I can tell you that. I'm just waiting for Nicky and the kids. You may be able to hear the kids. They're behind me, but look at this. Lovely viaduct. You never know what's around the corner. It's all very, very industrial round here. Not the most picturesque of surroundings, shall we say. But you always have to remember, the canals were built for industry. This is what they were built for. We're just lucky that there's more beautiful miles than there is industrial like this. But I even enjoy this bit, you know. Well, we've just arrived at the last lock of the Huddersfield Broad canal, the 9 today. And I've got to say, they were harder than the 70 odd that we've done over the last week. They're a nightmare. They're very, very short. The paddles are so tight. It's just been a nightmare, really. I haven't enjoyed these 9 locks one little bit. Neither has Nikki and the kids. It's been very, very hard work. I'll be glad to say they're done when they're done. But yeah, last lock's ahead of us, and then a mooring for the night. And Nikki's done a lovely chicken casserole for this evening. I can't wait. And there's a sign just behind Lily, struggling with that, to say that we're going to be dropping down onto a river after this one. Well, that's it. Now Team Chugs are officially on the river. Only for a little while, the Calder and Hebble. I think that's what it is. But Team Chugs are all going to the toilet for a minute. I'm waiting for Nikki to come back out. And then we're on our way. Well, luckily we were cruising past and Nikki spotted the sign for Wakefield. So now we're going in the right direction. Thank you, Nikki. Just to find mooring. Well, we're moored. What a day. We didn't leave Huddersfield there with that lift bridge till about 5 to 3. It's now 7:15 and we have literally just moored up here. Not ideal moorings. We are on a lock landing. That's Cooper Bridge Lock there. We are on the lock landing for tonight, but it's 7:15 in the evening. No boats are going to come. And we're going to get up early in the morning and then get through Cooper Bridge Lock, chuck a left, and see where we end up, basically. But that wasn't a nice day. The Huddersfield Broad is not a nice place to be. I didn't like it one little bit, neither did Nikki. And I am showing the scars again. Yeah, it's been not a nice cruise today. I haven't enjoyed it at all. Very, very heavy gates, very, very heavy paddles. I had to help Nikki out a couple of times, but they did remarkably well. Lily, Noah and Nikki once again did amazing, but my heart was in my mouth sometimes though. But we'll be all right here for the night. I can smell that chicken casserole. Nikki put it on. I can smell it, but I've got to cut some kindling first so we can get the fire going. I've also lost the hat off the chimney, but the fire will still work. See you tomorrow.